Real freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Most people love the comfort of their lives more than they love freedom itself. But possessions, jobs, homes mean nothing and are not worth, quote unquote, having when you are a slave. Because when you are a slave, you don't really have anything. Nothing is of any real value if you are a slave. The idea that what you have is worth anything in a state of slavery is a delusion which must be dispelled in order to overcome the cowardice of inaction and to develop the courage of a true dissident. You know, speaking of the Black Panther movie that Ivan took me to see last night, you know, there was a scene at the end. The truth comes through the mouth of the villains in these movies. That's Hollywood's technique to try to get you to think, oh, what he said was all wrong, when he mixes in truth with his psychopathic behavior. Very good psyop technique that they use in Hollywood. But the villain says at the end, when he's finally defeated by the hero with a spear to the chest, he tells him, we have the technology to save you. And he says, for what? So that you can imprison me? You know? And he pulls the spear, before he pulls the spear out of his chest and dies, he says, no, that's okay. I'll take the path that my ancestors who leapt off the boats in the mid-Atlantic took, because they recognized that death was better than bondage. And then he takes the spear out of his chest and dies. Now, I would certainly argue with the approach that he took in the movie because he wanted to become the new king and oppressor. But they're putting words in his mouth that are absolutely true to get people not to understand them as being true because the villain spoke them. You know? Big technique going on in Hollywood right now. There will never be true freedom here on earth unless and until that level of courage is developed within the human population. We already, quote unquote, have nothing left to lose.